Hi everybody, this is Dr. Daulton from Hammond Chiropractic, and I wanted to make a special video for you today. I was driving in my car this morning going to CrossFit at 4 a.m. or something. It was really early this morning, and I always get my best ideas when I'm driving in my car. And all of a sudden, this topic popped into my head, and I thought, you know what, I've got to put this on video for you guys because I think it's really important for you to understand in regards to your health. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is your health potential. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, basically what it means is this, is that we all have the certain possibility for a certain level of health. And that level of health that we possibly can experience is different for every single individual. A lot of it is based on the choices that we make in our life. So what I'm wondering is, how do we maximize that potential for health so that we can experience our optimal health level? And why is that important? Why do we even care about this, or why would we even want to talk about it? Well, because remember that your level of health determines your life experience. If I don't feel good, if I'm not healthy, I can't do the things that I want to do. And because I'm not able to accomplish the things that I would like to accomplish, I'm going to have a much lower quality of life or a less positive experience in my life than I would if I had a higher level of health and I was able to do as many things as I wanted to do without limitations and to experience my life to the fullest. So that's the reason that this topic is so important. You have to understand that everything that you want in your life, you first have to have the baseline of good health. If you lose that, you're not going to be able to do everything that you'd like to do. So let's talk about that. What determines this potential for good health? Well, the first thing that many of you are going to think of, and it is true, is your genetics. So for example, if I compare myself to, let's say, a professional athlete, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but let's say somebody who's in really good physical condition. Well, that athlete probably had a certain genetic code that they were born with that basically predisposed them to have that type of a fitness level, correct? Compared to someone like me who really didn't get fit until later in my life. And so in regards to our genetic codes, those are different. And so my potential for good health is going to be very different from that person's potential for good health simply because we have a different genetic code. All right? So that's the basis. However, you have to understand that many people want to use that as a crutch. There's a lot of people that believe that your genes determine who you are and what your life experience is. They also believe that it determines your potential for success, your potential for good health, your potential for a lot of different things in life. And that actually is not the truth. If you actually know the truth about genetics, what you'll find is that it actually contributes very little because there's a lot of things that we have control over, and you have to take responsibility for that and be willing to make some changes. So besides our genetic code, what are some other things that will affect my potential for health? Well, let's talk about diet, for example. Do you think that if I eat a healthier diet compared to if I don't eat a healthier diet, that my health potential is going to be different? Of course it is. If I eat a healthier diet, now I'm getting a better quality of nutrients into my body, and my body is going to be able to use those nutrients for fuel, and I'm going to be able to have more energy to do more things, correct? So your diet makes a difference. What about exercise? Exercise is a big factor, and this is why I do a lot of videos for you with my friends at CrossFit, because what my goal is with those videos actually isn't to make you an expert or to turn you into an athlete. I just want to encourage you to start moving more, because believe it or not, this is one of the most important things for your body. Your body is designed to move, and you have to exercise on a regular basis, no matter what type of exercise you choose to do. It's so important that you do this. So if I choose to exercise, or if I choose to not exercise, is the quality of my life or the quality of my health going to be different? Obviously, yes. If I exercise, I'm going to have a much better health level than if I choose not to exercise, and that's just a simple fact. How about if I drink plenty of water during the day? Does that make a difference with my health potential? Of course it does. If I choose to drink a lot of water and I avoid a lot of the things that have caffeine in it, or sodas or different things like that that are full of sugar and carbonation, will the quality of my health be different compared to if I don't drink water and if I choose to drink a bunch of other stuff? The answer is yes, obviously. You need plenty of water because you've got to keep your body well hydrated if you want to experience a high level of health. That's a basic understanding or a thing that you have to do in your life if you want to improve your health level. Okay, what about positive thinking? Or maybe I should put it this way so it makes more sense to you. What about how you deal with the stresses in your life? Do you think that if I have coping mechanisms for stress where stress doesn't affect me as much, as opposed to if I don't know how to deal with stress and I'm constantly under the stress and experiencing that stress level, do you think my health experience is going to be completely different? Obviously, yes. And you know people like this. You know people that somehow don't seem to ever get stressed out. They can have negative things happen to them in their lives, and yet somehow they just roll with the punches and go with it. Then there's other people that will have the same life experience, and they get completely stressed out, and it completely shuts them down. It actually can physically make them sick because they don't handle that stress well. So do you think that if I learn how to deal with my stresses, as opposed to if I don't, do you think that that's going to have an effect on my health potential? Obviously, yes. All right? So these are things that we have to think about that will control how healthy we are. And do you see how the more of these that you have as a normal part of your life, the more likely you are to experience a higher quality of your health or a higher health potential, all right? And if you can achieve a higher health level, that's going to change your life experience because you're going to be able to function better and you're going to be able to do more. Now, there's one area that you may not have thought about, and I've got to talk about this because it's so important that you understand this. This is where chiropractic comes into play. Is chiropractic an important part of maintaining a higher level of health? And the answer is absolutely yes, if you understand it. Now, let me explain this to you because most people believe that chiropractic is just about back pain, and truthfully, it has nothing to do with back pain. We do help a ton of people that experience back problems. However, that isn't what chiropractic is all about. Chiropractic is about allowing your body to function at its fullest potential by making sure that your nervous system is functioning at its best. And what we are specifically looking for is a problem called subluxation. Now, you have to understand how your nervous system works first before you can understand how this is going to affect your health potential. Now, remember that your nervous system is composed of your brain, your spinal cord, and the spinal nerves. And the whole purpose of your nervous system is that it's basically the electrical power system of your body. It works just like the electricity in your home. The electricity starts in the brain, it travels down your spinal cord, out through the nerves, and that provides power for everything within the body to function the way that it's supposed to. Now, your spinal cord is surrounded by your spine, which is basically 24 individual bones stacked on top of each other, and these bones are able to move, and that's why they're separate bones, because it allows me to bend and to twist and to move and to lift and do all these different things, because it's not one solid bone. However, that's where the problem can occur, and I want to show you with this model here. If you look at this model of the spine, this is basically two vertebrae or two bones in your spine. You can see that separating them is a disc, which is basically like a cushion. And then back here, you'll see that the two bones come together and they form this opening where the nerve is exiting your spine. Now, what can happen sometimes because of injuries or stresses or different toxins that build up within the body, these vertebrae can actually move out of their normal alignment. And when they do that, they put pressure on that nerve, and then it cuts off the electricity flow through that nerve. And this is what can cause a lot of problems within the body, because if a part of my body isn't getting enough electricity from my nervous system, it's not going to function at its best. It's not going to function like it's supposed to. And then other health problems can develop because of that as well. So the job of the chiropractor is to find where these subluxations or misalignments exist in your spine, correct them so the pressure comes off of the nerve, which then allows the nervous system to function at its best and to be sending the full amount of electricity through those nerves like it's supposed to. And now your body functions at a much higher level because it's getting the power supply that it needs to work properly. Now, what does this have to do with your health potential? Well, I want you to think about this. Many of our patients will actually come to see us for something called wellness care. And what wellness care is when you go to the chiropractor on a regular basis. I see my chiropractor every single week. And I love that. I have a lot of patients that come in once a month, but any variation of that time frame. But they come in to see us specifically just to make sure that there are no subluxations. And if we find subluxations, we correct them before it causes a symptom. That allows the nervous system to function better, and so what ends up happening is that they maintain a higher level of health because the nervous system is functioning properly. Now, I want you to think about this. If you choose not to do chiropractic care on a regular basis like I'm discussing, does that have any effect on the rest of these areas that we just talked about that will affect your health potential? And the answer is yes. I want you to think about something. Let's talk about diet for a minute. If I'm eating the perfect diet and I'm ingesting really good food with really high quality nutrients, everything is excellent about it, but I have a subluxation in my back that's affecting the nerve that goes to my digestive system, is my body going to be able to absorb all those nutrients to the same degree that it would if that subluxation didn't exist? And the answer is no. You see, if you have a subluxation that's affecting the nerves that go to your digestive system, you're not going to get the full benefit from that healthy diet. So that affects your health potential in the sense that you're not going to get the full benefit, meaning that it's going to lower your potential to experience a higher level of health. What about with exercise? Okay, well, what's the point of exercise? Well, there's a few points. Let's talk about building strength for a second. How does that happen? Well, I'm going to lift weights. And when I lift weights, what that does is it actually tears the muscle tissue, which is why we get sore, right? And of course, we have acids that build up with this experience and whatnot too. But when it tears the muscle tissue and the body reheals it, it's going to reheal it stronger and larger than it was before. So that way, whenever the muscle is exposed to that stress again, it's able to handle it better. Well, what controls that process? Your nervous system controls that process. It determines how that muscle heals and how the strength improves. So if I have a subluxation that's cutting off the power supply from the nerves that are going to the muscles that I'm trying to build and make stronger, do you think that muscle is going to heal as quickly or as effectively as it would otherwise? Absolutely not. See, this is where chiropractic comes into play, and this is what I want you to understand. When you add chiropractic to your normal routine, it has an exponential effect on the benefit of all the other healthy choices that you're making in your life. If I receive regular chiropractic care and I avoid subluxations, which means that my nervous system is turned on completely like it's supposed to be, my body is functioning better, now I can get more benefit from eating healthier. I can get more benefit from exercising on a regular basis. I can get more benefit by drinking more water because now my body is able to absorb that and use it the way that it's meant to use it more efficiently than it would have if I had a subluxation in my spine. See, all of these things have a higher potential to help you if chiropractic is a part of your normal routine. And I want you to think about that. Now, I'm going to be making a series of videos here for you guys over the next few months where we're going to be talking about some of these other areas. The first one I want to tackle is I want to talk to you about toxins, because a lot of times when we talk about our diet and our lifestyles and things like that, the very first step that you have to take is you have to try to avoid toxins. That's one of the biggest problems that's affecting our health today. It's what causes a lot of the major illnesses that are killing us nowadays. So I'm going to be making a series of videos, but I wanted to start with this because I want you to understand the connection. That as a chiropractor, my first goal is to make sure that your nervous system is functioning at its best so that when you make these healthy changes in your life, you're going to get the most out of that. You see, I don't want to eat healthy if I'm not going to get the full benefit of it. It's not that fun, right? All right? I don't want to be exercising all the time if I'm not going to get the full benefit from it, because it's not fun. These are things that require effort, and they require work and money and all this other stuff. So if you're going to do it, make sure you're getting the full benefit by utilizing chiropractic care to make sure that your body is able to take the best benefits from those choices and improve your health potential exponentially. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.